The first sneaker store I hit up was in White Plains, New York, and it was called The Private Shop. I was pretty surprised about how nice the store was considering I've never heard of them before, but had a really good selection of sneakers and clothing. They had a whole bunch of Yeezy slides, a lot of Antisocial Social Club, vintage Nike stuff, and Supreme. They also had essentials, as well as a bunch of Air Force Ones. I did come over to check out the foam runners, but I didn't really see a price on them and I assumed it was taxed, so I kind of left it alone. Moving on to the Jordans, in the display case they had a few stuff, but the walls were pretty stacked. They had a bunch of heat with everything from Dunks to Jordan 1 highs to a whole bunch of retros and a whole bunch of Yeezys. I did want to check out these electro orange Jordan 1s because I am planning on doing a custom on them, but they were asking $300, so I passed. Finally, I wanted to check out the Jordan 1 Rebellionaires. This is a shoe I really like. But yeah, the store in general was like pretty cool in my opinion. Low-key a vibe. It was a quiet little store, not too many people in there, but overall had a nice layout, and yeah, I really liked it. The next few sneaker stores that we hit up were actually kind of close to the Washington Square Park and the NYU campus. This one was called Hype Club, and unsurprisingly it had a whole bunch of hype pairs just sitting on the walls. So most of the time sneaker stores have like grails kind of in the cases, but this store had all type of pairs on the walls. They had like off-white Jordan 1s, off-white Air Forces, Sakai's, and all type of crazy pairs. Did end up checking out the display case. This was more of like the brand new grails, so I'm assuming they kind of put the used ones out for people to see and then the new ones in the cases. The next store that we actually hit up was a thrift store. I'm not really sure of the name, but it was actually kind of cool because it was mostly like used pairs and thrifted things, but it actually had some heat, like just sitting. Most of the time I'm not used to this type of thrifts in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know what it is, but every thrift I go to in Atlanta is pretty much bricks. Like there's no profit to be made, no nothing. So this store was actually kind of cool to me. So I was basically just going around the store checking out what they had, seeing if there was any money to be made. I personally didn't really find anything that was too great of a deal. There was some definite steals, but it was kind of not really worth it because the prices that they had on these shoes were much higher than like normal thrift stores. And so like the profits may have been there, but I didn't really feel like bringing them all the way home just to clean them up and sell them for like $20 profit, you know. So I kind of left everything alone, but it was kind of cool to check it out. The next store we hit up was definitely one that I've heard before. It was called Laced Up. It's a little bit more mainstream. Most people in the sneaker community know about Laced Up, and so it was kind of cool checking out their store still. Checking out the pairs that they had, they didn't really have too much that was profitable. And I kind of found out that was a trend in New York City. Like this is more for the average consumer rather than like resellers to make profit off of. So I didn't really find anything that I could sell. Even though there wasn't too much room for profit, I still had a fun time checking out the store and seeing what they had to offer. So yeah. The last sneaker store we hit up was called a Sneaker City. I actually had to walk pretty far for this one, but it was definitely worth it to see how the store was laid out and everything like that. They had a lot of shoes here, but the prices were like a lot more expensive than market. In New York, I kind of understand because like their rent is higher and everything, and customers are probably willing to pay a lot more in a big city like New York. So yeah, it was cool. Overall, I didn't really buy too much of anything while I was here in New York. One, because I didn't really have too much space in my luggage. Two, because as I mentioned before, the prices was insane and it doesn't really leave a lot of room for profit as a reseller. And three, because I have a sneaker event coming up in a few days, and anything I really need to buy, I would probably buy there because I can negotiate and get better prices. Even though I'm a little bummed out that there was nothing really to profit on, I'm still happy that I could take y'all with me and make this a little bit more of a travel vlog. This was my last clip taking in New York City. It was just me walking down the street. It's a nice little sunset and I was just vibing and listening to some music, so I thought I would share with y'all. My flight was in the afternoon the next day. I went through security and got my bags and everything checked. It kind of took me a while to find my flight, but I got some food and started heading over. After that, not too much happened. I found my flight and got a nice view of the city as we took off. And yeah, that was pretty much my trip to New York. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely tell me the videos you want to see. Planning on doing a lot more videos in the future, so definitely stay tuned for that. Also, go check out my Instagram if you guys want to buy any shoes off of me, and my TikTok for more videos. Those are both linked in the bio. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one, and we out.